Okay, let's just think for a second. What if you had the power, the real power, to control anyone? This isn't some kind of magic trick. Nope, this is knowledge, straight from the darkest corners of psychology. These are the tools used by some of the most powerful people in the world. And today? Well, we're going to break them all down for you.
I mean, just imagine it. Finally convincing your boss to give you that promotion you deserve. Or, getting a friend to finally see things your way. Heck, even influencing a complete stranger. So let's just dive right in and see exactly how it's done.
Okay, but before we go any further, a really quick and honestly a crucial warning. Everything we're talking about today, it's for educational purposes only. Please use this information wisely. Don't misuse it, because trust me, the final trick we're going to cover, trick number 1, it's so powerful, it might just change the way you see everything.
All right, let's kick off our countdown. Coming in at number 5, we've got something called the illusion of choice. So, have you ever just wondered, why don't people just do what I want them to do? Well, it's pretty simple, actually. Our brains are hardwired to want control, to feel autonomous. And the real experts, they get this. They don't force a decision. Nah, they just shape the choices.
The whole idea behind this is it's fascinating. You basically offer someone a limited set of options. But, and this is the key right here, every single one of those options leads to the outcome that you want. So, what happens? The other person feels totally in control. They feel empowered because they think they're making the choice. But in reality, you've already won. You won the moment you set the terms.
Let's make this super practical. A weak way to do this is asking a friend, hey, want to go out? They can just say nah, right? Easy out. But a strong approach, you say, hey, should we go to Pizza Hut or Domino's tonight? See what just happened? The game completely changed. The question isn't if you're going out anymore, it's where you're going. Their brain literally bypasses that first yes or no and jumps straight to choosing between the two options. It just makes saying yes the easiest thing to do.
Okay, so building on that whole idea of shaping choices, let's talk about our next technique. Trick number 4 is called the yes ladder. Think about it. When you need a big favor, if you just ask for it straight up, what happens? People's defenses go right up. But what if you could build this, like a psychological runway of agreement that makes it almost impossible for them to hit the brakes and say no?
So here's the deal. The crucial point is this. You gotta start small. You get someone to say yes to a bunch of tiny, easy requests first, one after another. What's happening in their brain is that they're starting to form a pattern of agreeing with you. It taps into this really powerful psychological need we all have to be consistent. We don't like to contradict ourselves. So when you finally ask for that big thing, saying no just feels wrong. It feels inconsistent, and our brains hate that feeling.
Let's see how this plays out in the real world. Let's say you want a promotion. Okay, don't just walk in and ask for it. That's a rookie move. Instead, you start small. First, you ask your boss, hey, can I sit in on that new client meeting? I just want the experience. That's an easy yes. Then, a few weeks later, you ask for some extra responsibility on a key project. That's another yes. Then you ask to attend a leadership workshop to build your skills. Yes again. See the pattern? By now, your boss is just used to saying yes to you. So when you finally bring up the promotion, not only have you clearly earned it, but they're psychologically primed to keep that yes train going.
All right, let's just pause here for a second. Think about it. Where have you seen this trick being used in real life? I mean, salespeople, they do this constantly, right? They start with these small commitments before they hit you with the big sale. And politicians? Oh yeah, they use it all the time to build support for their policies. Seriously, once you know what to look for, you'll start seeing this everywhere. All right, coming in hot at number 3, we have a technique that completely bypasses logic and goes straight for the heart, the guilt trap. Here's the thing you have to remember. People aren't always logical creatures, but we are almost always emotional. And if you can leverage this powerful social currency of you owe me one, you can make someone feel totally obligated to agree with you. So you don't just ask your friend, hey, can I borrow your car? That's way too easy for them to say no to. Instead, you frame it. You remind them of a time you helped them out. You say something like, man, I've always got your back. Remember that time I gave you that 2,000 rupees? Well, I just need a small favor now. Can I borrow the car? Boom. Suddenly it's not a simple request. Now they feel this weight, this social debt. They feel guilty. And if they say no to your small favor, they look like a total jerk, totally ungrateful. And they're way more likely to say yes just to, balance the scales. Okay, now we are moving into some seriously powerful, kind of scary territory. Trick number 2 is called false memory planting. You have to understand this. Our memories, they're not like video recordings. Not at all. They're more like reconstructions that can be edited. They're malleable. And really smart, sometimes manipulative people know exactly how to exploit this weakness.
The science behind this is both fascinating and honestly a little terrifying. If you state a lie over and over again with a ton of confidence and detail, a person's brain can literally start to accept it as a real memory. It's something called the misinformation effect. So this isn't about winning an argument with logic. This is about literally rewriting someone's version of the past by planting false info right into their head.
A classic example of this is a politician trying to win an election, right? At a rally, they might stand up and say, I single-handedly created 5,000 jobs in this state. Then you hear it again in a media interview. They say it with so much confidence, maybe they add some details, and people at home start to think, you know what? Yeah, I think I remember that. Maybe he did do that. And that repeated lie, especially when no one challenges it, just starts to feel like a fact. It becomes a memory. And before you know it, people are casting their votes based on something that never even happened.
And now we've arrived at the number one spot, the most powerful trick of them all. And listen, this is where true control really lies. And you might be surprised because it's not about what you say. It's all about what you don't say. This is the power of silence.
See, our brains are just wired for conversation, for back and forth. So when there's a sudden, unexpected silence, it creates this social vacuum. It's so uncomfortable. We always think the person doing all the talking is the one in charge, but the real master in the room is the one who knows exactly when to just be quiet. That silence, that awkward void, it makes the other person feel insecure, uncomfortable, even a little scared. And they have this deep, natural human urge to fill that silence, and they'll often do it by spilling information or just giving you exactly what you wanted in the first place. Okay, check out this comparison. Let's say you think a friend stole something from you. If you just ask them, hey, did you steal it? What are they going to say? No. It's a simple, defensive answer. But imagine this instead. You look them dead in the eye, and you say, very slowly, brother, I know everything. And then, nothing. You just hold their gaze. You say absolutely nothing else. The longer that silence hangs in the air, the more their panic is going to build and build until they just can't take it anymore. They will likely break down and confess everything just to make that awful, crushing silence stop. So there you have it. 5 incredibly powerful and kind of dark psychology tricks. Let's run them down one more time. Number 5, the illusion of choice. You guide the decision by limiting the options. Number 4, the yes ladder. You build up a pattern of agreement. Number 3, the guilt trap, using past favors to get what you want now. Number 2, false memory planting, repeating a lie until it feels like the truth. And number 1, the most potent of all, the power of silence, controlling the whole conversation without even speaking.
And all this brings us to one final and really crucial question. Now that you know these techniques, now that you can see them, you have to decide for yourself. Where's the line? Where does influence end and manipulation begin? What's the difference between power and just control? Think about it, and please use this knowledge wisely.